All right, this last little bit is to teach you about miscellaneous factorization. Does anyone know what miscellaneous means in general? Bunch of stuff, just random, okay? In the last exercise, in 2F, I taught you sum and product factorization, so you did exercises to practice sum and product. In the previous one, you were told, factorize using perfect squares. In the one before that, factorize using difference between. But ultimately, the goal that we want to do is to give you a set of tools so that you can factorize anything without being told how to do it. What you should be able to do is factorize this and use the right way to do it. So what I've done is done a flow chart for you. This is what you should try in order. So the first thing you should always try is see if there's any common factors and remove them. Try common factors factorization to remove a factor from all of the terms. If you can't, or if you can and there's more to do, try difference between two squares, which looks like this. If you can't factorize by difference between two squares, try perfect squares, which looks like this. And then lastly, what I taught today, if none of those work, try sum and product, which I taught today. So hopefully you see, this is nothing new. It is just a re-summarization of what I've gone over before and told you this is the order you should try. Try removing common factors, try difference between two squares, try perfect squares. If all of those don't work, you try sum and product rule. And if sum and product rule doesn't work, then you cannot factorize at a year 10 level. Okay? So let's try that. No, actually, I'll give you, can you get that flow chart down? This is probably all you would need on your cheat sheet, other than examples of how to do it. This summarizes the second half of this topic, which is factorization. Got a couple of minutes for that flow chart, and then we'll practice using that flow chart on these 3 examples, and then I'll finally shut up. Oh, the -2 zooms in. I didn't read. Let's upload it anyway. All right, can we try this flow chart? I haven't been told how to factorize this. And I'll tell you in your test. In your test, there's a couple of questions that tell you how to factorize, so you don't need to think about it. But then there's some others that just say factorize, so you need to decide. Factorize this, I don't know which way. So I'll try the flow chart. Try common factors to remove a factor from all the terms. Is there anything common across these two? X is common to it. There's nothing that goes into 7 and 4 evenly, so the only common factor is x. So x goes out the front. If I've removed x from this, I've got 7x left over. If I remove x from this, I have take 4. Is there any type of factorization that I can apply to this? I'm done. So that is an example of try common factors to remove a factor from all terms, which I did, yes. There's no more I can do, so I just leave it alone. This one here, I'm just told to factorize this. I don't know which way. Try common factors. Is there anything common to x squared, -16x, and 39? Why? Because 39 doesn't have an x in it. So scratch that. Can I try difference between two squares? Is it only 2 terms? Difference between 2 squares, not going to work. Can I try perfect squares? Yes, I've got 3 terms. But is this a square number? No? 16 looks like a square number, but we're talking 16x. The only way that this is going to be a square number if it was 16x squared. So perfect squares is not going to work. So the only thing I can try is sum and product. So what numbers can I times together to get 39?
13 and 3.
13 and 3 and
39 and 1.
yep. 31 and 39. Is there any combo here that's going to get me negative 16?
Negative 13 take 3.
Excellent. So what is my, this is my A, this is my, the order actually doesn't matter. I just need two different numbers here. So this factorizer is going to be x take 13 and x take 3. Remember, you'll have a calculator as well, so if you're not quite good with your 39 times tables and stuff, you can just try some stuff. Last one here. Step 1, try common factors to remove a common factor from all terms. Is there any number common across all of these?
2, 2.
What kind of a 2?
Negative 2.
I can remove negative 2, chuck it out the front. What's going to be left from this? X squared. What do I times negative 2 by to get negative 14x? What kind of?
Positive 7x.
Positive 7x. What do I times negative 2 by to get positive 36?
Negative.
Well done. Now I can try factorizing this. What numbers can I times together to get 18? 1 and 18. 2 and?
9.
2 and 9. Do I need to go further? There's 3 and 6. But if you think, you don't have to list them all. Because if you've got one of your eyes, you know how people have a lazy eye and they're looking in two different directions? One of them could be looking at this, and the other could be looking at this. And as soon as you see 2 and 9 can make me 7, stop there. Because then it would be a waste of time for you to write 3 and 6. What do you do? That's not going to get me 7. What combo of 2 and 9 is going to get me positive 7?
9 take 2.
9 take 2. So my A is 2, my B is 9. So we've got the negative 2 out the front. Bracket x take 2. Bracket x plus 9. This should be the hardest part of the, this is what I believe is the hardest part of your test, okay? Is when you're faced with something that looks tricky and it's just factorizing.
Yeah.
But now you have a set of steps to deal with, okay? I'll start the video.